Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Yoga Tai Chi class. We are so excited to have everyone here, and I am going to turn it over to Gwen, who is going to guide us through.
Lovely. Thank you, Rory, and thank you, everyone, for being here. Are you ready for some Yochi? Wow, okay, I like the nods. I begin by reading you a little bit of something, because we're looking forward to springtime. And it is called Building a Bridge to Great Health. Plant the seed of positivity into your mind. Thoughts of love, compassion, strength, and gratitude into your body. You choose to plant and nurture these seeds to impact the lighted pathway of your life. And to quote Audrey Hepburn, to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. What do you think about that? Because we're expecting blossoms to come up as we're seeing right now, right? Well, tomorrow. So the benefits of Yochi, and what the heck is Yochi? It's a combination of yoga and Tai Chi. And it goes in different stages, and it's an sidebar to how you would formally go through postures of yoga and postures of Tai Chi, creating energy in the body and relaxation, especially in our neck and back area and our hips. We tend to hold a lot of tension into our hips and upper neck. So the benefits is to relax your body, to guide yourself into a better balance, more flexibility, and deeper breathing. So we have a tendency to use just 10% of our lung capacity when we're thinking of, oh, what do I have to do that's on my list? Or where am I going to make sure that I can make this appointment with my loved one? So it's to have a focus now of a daily, I call it pampering, of your mind, body, spirit. So begin the day by grabbing a drink of water. So I'm going to show you my drink of water, and I pick a favorite glass, and this one says spring makes me smile, and I have a wedge of lemon on there. So this is the beginning of my morning. I have a drink of health to get the day started, and it can be your tea later on, whatever, coffee. I light a candle, so I always have a candle ready and flickering. And I have a comfortable chair, or I will sit on my yoga mat and just let the morning unfold. I open up my blinds and I'm looking outside. So I'm connecting with some form of nature. So as you sit, you can ground your feet. You can bring your feet together if you are on your yoga mat. And just let your hands relax on your lap, turned upward. So this opens you up to all new possibilities. So as you ground your thoughts, whether you're sitting in a chair or sitting on your mat, relax your eyes and take in a full breath through your nose of a 4 count. And when you go to exhale, just feel the back of your throat as you exhale. So sense the breathing through your nose. And then release, let it go. One more, take a full breath. And then let it go. Lovely, and then gentle shake of your hands. And rounding of your wrists. And then taking your fingertips around the edge of your knees. I'm going to readjust my view and turn the music up a little bit, and let me know when you can hear it by a nod. And rounding of our knees. So full breath through your nose. So we're greatly add on to this. And when you exhale, reverse your rounding of knee. Take a deep breath. Reverse. Sense the warmth. It's a tangible sight. And think of your surroundings. As you take another deep breath in, think of the aroma in the room. I like to add an essential oil of a lemon or an orange zest or a peppermint to start your day. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, reverse the hands and then pat out your thighs. Wonderful. Relaxing of your hands beside you, your hips, if you are on the floor or in the chair, your fingertips either touch your ground, so it's another form of grounding, or if they are in the air, you're just spreading your hands wide and we're reaching to one side and scoop into your heart. Imagine you are in a field of flowers, bringing the aroma to your heart. This opens up your obliques, the sides of your rib cage, and back to heart. How does that feel? Nodding is good. Reach and open, bringing the positivity to heart. And then add a relaxation of your head to one side. You're opening up the warmth of the neck, stretching through into the collarbone. And last one, gently release. Sitting on floor, you can walk your feet forward, extend them out in front of you. Sitting in chair, if you would like, you can bring your back all the way into chair. As you extend the legs out, we're pointing and flexing of feet. Sensing your calves, hamstrings, quadriceps. Hands rest on lap to begin. And then as we add on sunrise breath, take a deep breath, palms together, top of tree. Exhale, sunset, back to heart. Take a deep breath. And sunset. Take a full breath right through your nose. Exhale, back of throat. Back to heart. And then relax your legs to your comfort, whether you're bringing them back in or keeping them extended out. From here, you're relaxing your head to one side. Sense the opposite side from the collarbone into the throat and behind your ear. Then bring your jawline forward and release. Head gently over to other side. Take a full breath over here and gently exhale back to the front and then release all the way to your other side. And then gently right on down, chin to chest, off to other side. Wonderful. And then as you come up through your crown, think tall through chin, tall through top of head. Take 2 fingers and gently press back into the chin. And this brings the top of your head and your tailbone in alignment. And we're turning over to one side. I'm going to have you come up to a standing position. So you turn to one side, walk your way forward onto all fours, and then come up into downward dog. So I'm going to bring this all the way down. So downward dog is the position of your heels separate. And then walking your feet towards your hands, walking your hands towards your feet. And then as you come up, we're resting our hands onto our thighs into tabletop. Tabletop, flatten the back, extend through the top of your head, and then sit back into your heels and draw your hands out in front one at a time, and then press through the heels. We're coming into chair pose all the way up to your shoulder comfort towards the sky, and then extend all the way up to a tall stance. And we'll stay right here into tree pose. So as we come into tree pose, our hands come to heart. Our inside left heel goes to the inside of our right arch. And you can bring it definitely all the way up. If you're comfortable, find a focus in your room, someplace pleasant, and take a nice palm raise through the deep trunk of tree up to the peak of your tree. If you could be a tree, what would you be? Arms expand out, spread your fingers wide, and think of your hands as the branches of the pathways that you love to take throughout your day. Come back to the peak of your tree and then release back down to your heart. Full breath. Exhale. Full breath. Think of the strength through your spinal column and bring it back. You can do this seated as well. Deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Full breath. That's the way to let it go. And exhale back to center. Releasing your foot. Go ahead and kick it on out. That's a nice save, Rory. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just feel the balance, feel the elongation of your spine that will strengthen. So we're placing our balance now onto our left foot, bringing our right heel into our left ankle. And your right toes are like a kickstand. So I'm going to bring it down so you can see where my toes are going. So I'm kickstanding. If you're seated, you can do the same thing seated. Hands begin at your heart, tall through spine, or if you would like, you can bring them right up to the inner thigh. You can always have a chair handy as well. So take a full breath, come up to the peak of your tree. Find a strong wind and you're holding strong in that wind, and then expand your branches. This is calling on all positive thought and bring it back into your heart. That's your exhale. 2 more. Full breath. Beautiful. And then release. Let it all go. I like to kick it on out. We're moving our way into Swan's Beak. So this moves us into more of a Tai Chi pose. And I'm going to bring my thumb and 4 fingers close to you so you can see where I'm going with them. So my wrist is going to turn, well, I'll step in this way. My wrist is turning down. So this is the beak, my thumb and 4 fingers together. My feet are a comfortable distance apart. If you're seated, you can just bring your feet out a little bit. Let me bring my sleeves up so you can see my wrists. So I'm coming inward. Take a full breath. My elbows come to my ribs. I come up onto my toes. Deep breath. When I go to exhale, my hands open and my heels drop. This is to draw in all new positive thought into your center, creates joy. Up onto your toes, and just let it go. 2 more. You should feel your lungs have expanded more. You're getting warmer. It brings your metabolism up. We all love a energized metabolism. It helps for digestion. It gives you clarity. We all can use more clarity, and it helps with focus. So if you pick any one of these, it will help you solve that problem. It just gives you a lineup of what path to take by just taking time for you. That should sound really pretty good. If you have a chair handy, I'm going to go into what is normally called Warrior 3. So standing with Warrior 3, I've turned it into what I like to call a flamingo. So you probably were not born yet when they had this flamingo statue that would bend down. It would take a drink of water and then come back up, and it just moved it. So that is our flamingo. So as we balance on our left foot, take your right toes and bring that leg up to your comfort. My hands are on my chair for support, or you can be holding a countertop. The opposite arm will come out in front. So I've got my right leg out, my left arm is extending, and at any level of this whole posture, you can relax down your foot, you can keep both hands on your chair, and then release back upward. Parallel feet, tall through spine, up onto toes. That will strengthen your calves, your hamstrings, all postures. Tall through your spine. Let's go with the other side. So balance shifts into your right. Left leg comes back. Pointing of the toe engages your hamstrings, your hips, your glutes, and then extend through your right arm. Take a deep breath. Exhale, come on back parallel, feet. Up on those toes, back down. Balance shifts into your left side. This is part of your Tai Chi shift. Right leg comes back. Left arm extends. Take a deep breath. Exhale, come on back down, parallel feet. Balance up on toes. Shift into your right side, extending of left. Right arm comes out. Extend through top of head. And back into parallel feet. Release, gentle kick. How are we doing? Yay! So you just did the flamingo into Warrior 3. And that can be done seated or standing. We're moving our way into a different posture of Warrior 2 into Reverse Warrior. So my feet, I take my left foot and I turn it off to the left wall. My right foot faces out front. So here are my feet. All right, and I'm softening into my left knee. So once you get your feet comfortable and your knee is soft, look down at that knee and you want to make sure you can still see your left toes. And that keeps the balance distributed so it doesn't put any impingement on your knees. So once you're holding there, I'm going to show you how you can do it seated as well. So it's just forward and my knees out. All right. Palms, they face down towards the ground. You want to take a deep breath as you gaze past your left fingertips. As you exhale, look behind you and gaze past your right fingertips. Take another deep breath as you reach for the stars with your left hand and tickle the stars. So I'm going to bring it down so you can see I'm playing piano with my fingertips. I'm extending out of my left leg and then bringing it back down to parallel arms. Now, if your shoulders say I can't reach up that high, just take your arms to your comfort challenge. So deep breath, gaze past, left fingers. Exhale, look at right hand. Reach for stars with left. And back down. One more. Take a deep breath. Behind you, exhale. Deep breath, reach. Exhale, relax back into warrior two position. Come up onto your right toes. This is our pivot. So we're pivoting over to your left side. You'll feel a lovely stretch to the right hip, the right glute, and hamstring. Square off your shoulders and your hips. And on the next deep breath, bringing those arms up to your breathing shoulder challenge. When you go to exhale, draw those hands back down to your left thigh and tap your right foot into parallel feet. Nice. And then just do a little dance over to your other side. Sound good? I love it. All right. Left foot goes out to the left, right foot goes out to your right side. Extend out through those arms. Your left foot, the toes point forward and soften enough. So look down at your right toes. Make sure you can still see them. And then take a deep breath through the tallness of your rib cage. Exhale behind to your left hand. Reach for those wonderful stars with your right hand, holding on to your left hamstring. Wiggle those fingers. Come on back down into warrior two. Deep breath. Exhale behind you. Reach with a deep breath. Exhale back down. Deep breath. Look behind you. Exhale, reach for those stars. And come on back down, deep breath. Come up onto your left toes and pivot over to your right side. Feel the extension, the stretch through your hamstring. As you square your hips off over to your right side, take a full breath to your arm challenge. And as you exhale, release those hands down to your right thigh and tap on in. Gentle kick. How'd we do? Loosen it up. Wonderful. Okay, this is called the twist. I'm taking my outside toes and picking my heel up. So whatever foot is in front, you're only on your toes as you turn. The arms are like little feathers. They're just fluffy, going through the air. And I take one hand, whatever arm is back there, and I let it tap my low back. That is my focus, is the low back release of tension. How are we doing with this one? Just imagine you're standing at the sink and you have a washcloth in your hand and you run it under warm water. You're trying to wake yourself up, and then you place that warm washcloth after you wring it out, and that's what you're doing with your back right here, wringing out the tension. And then you place that warm washcloth over your eyes, nose, and mouth, and breathe in. So take a deep breath here, exhale out the other way. One more deep breath, and exhale it out. Gentle release of your hands. A Tai Chi move of, if you love horses, this is parting of horse's mane, and I've combined two different forms of Tai Chi. And this is a horse stance. So your feet are out a nice distance, and you're grounding your heels, taking your toes off from doing a lot of the balance. This can be seated as well. And our hands are beginning with your favorite color right in the middle. And as you lift your arms, you're thinking of the top of the horse's head, and you're parting its mane. Exhale, come on down. And this is your pause right here in the middle. Other side. Reach up to the right, parting of horse's mane. So follow your hands and then release. Deep breath, left side reach. Exhale, coming down the horse's mane, and pause. One more to your right. As you reach, take a full breath, parting of mane. Now I'm going to have you see what my feet are changing. I'm adding on. So I'm here with my toes turned out. I'm sitting comfortably like I'm sitting in a saddle. And as I reach to my left side to part the horse's mane, and I'm coming down with an exhale, I'm lifting out of my left toes and turning them forward. And this is my pause. Then my shift is onto my left side, and I reach up and over on my right side. Exhale, come down, lift out of my right toes and turn them center, and this is my pause. Left side, turn your toes out. Full press onto the foot as you turn, only pivot on your heels. That saves on your knees. And then turn, press, and back in center. How are we doing with that one? That's a little bit different to add on, but just imagine, we're gonna do two more, one on each side. Go through the breath by deep breath, reach. Lift out of toes, back to center. Right side, balance, toe turned out. Exhale back, turn on the heel and back to center. Lovely. Parting of horse's mane. Very nice. We're going to come back down to a seated position. In order to get there, I'm going to take a full breath and forward fold. So your forward fold, hands come down to your knees, and then relax your head. And if anyone is experiencing vertigo, you want to keep your head upward instead of letting it come down, because this is a definite, it'll really help enhance the vertigo. So you're going to keep your head upward. And if you have a chair, you can sit in a chair. That is only if you have a vertigo. And we're going to come down to the ground, but for video purposes, I'm coming into a chair and then have a seat. All right. How are we doing now? Yay. Anyone need water? You can definitely grab your water, keeping everything, all your cells lubricated. All right. So from here, round back through your shoulders. This is called the pretzel. So on the ground, and I'm going to do both so you can see both. Do the chair first. So a pretzel is you're stepping to your left side if you're seated in a chair, pivoting on your right toes, using the back of your chair to stretch your spine, to release tension. It releases fatigue, and it adds energy into your lungs because you're opening out all of your right side. Take a full breath. And as you exhale, slowly turning to the front. On the ground, you can take your left foot across and underneath. I have my right leg tucked underneath. I'll go this way. I'm taking my left hand behind me and looking over my left shoulder with a full breath. This is where it gets the name pretzel. And exhale, come back to your center and just hold your knee. Tall through spine. Let's take it back there one more time to your left. And then exhale back to your knee. Uncross and bringing your right foot over your left knee. How you doing with that one? Good. Taking your right hand behind you to your comfort, supporting your left hand on your right knee, and take a deep breath back there. Exhale, looking front. One more, look behind you, deep breath. And exhale to your front and uncross. And you can bring your feet together, or you can crisscross, or you can be sitting in chair, whichever you prefer. From here, relax those hands open. Think of that ball of energy, your favorite color. Bring those hands into the center, and you're guiding off to one side with a full breath, and then back into your center. Off to your right. Deep breath as you come across. Follow your hands. Sense the energy, and you're holding that very vibrant ball between your palms. Tall through your core. And then the hands do a shift where we're coming across, opening out. As you come back across, the energy goes over that hand, and then your left hand holds on while your right travels. Tall through your core. Last one to your left side. Last to your right. This also stretches out any kinks in the neck, and then relax your hands open. Feel good? Relaxing head one side. Deep breath up to the top of your crown. Other side over. And then bring hands to heart. And namaste.